So these are some of my ball pen sketches from my black book. I usually do sketches with the ball pen only. Some freehand style. Looks good.
Is some space to give the head kick, and I am just trying to put some weight at the behind of this and make in a center very thin. That can help me give some flow to the piece and the letters. I'm making this now. It looks like a shoe actually, but it's just closing off the corner and again putting some closings at the corner, and now putting some kicks of the letter S and closing the corners casually. Now I have to put a kick of the S, so let's see. Very thin start again, trying to go this kick from behind of the letter S, main stand of the S. Now coming back and going again, now closing up the corners nicely. It looks like a pretty decent S. Again going up for T now, next letter. So putting some space for that handles of the T, and again kick of the T, just making it flow a little bit. So putting some weight at the down of the letter, so I can manage some negative space again. Now it's about time for the handles, closing the corners. Again, pretty decent T here now. Okay, STR, R, first baseline of the R, first handle. Again, leaving some space to put that circle of the R, putting weight at the upper side of the R just to cover up the negative space. Again, closing up the corners with the same elements. Give your piece some similar things to work with. So put in a kick now again, and very small R circle over there. I've actually inspired from Reebok for making this R. He also makes very small circles of the R. Again, putting that curly bar over here just to cover up the negative space and to put some style and flow into the piece. Again, closing up the corners with the same elements, which will give my piece a letter similarity. And going for E now. Again, E is going inside of the R from behind just to cover up that negative space over here which has been made from R. And now closing again corners very casually with the same type of elements. And now moving further, it's about the head kick. Now putting some elements, again closing the corners, now making a kick for the E. I need to keep in mind that I cannot change the flow of the letters, and just to keep the similarity, as you see these corners all are similar, which will make my piece look all together like a same, like a same letter, like a same piece. Again, moving further, A, making A now. Pretty decent. Yeah, that kick in the center, closing up the corners with the same elements again. Okay, very decent till now. Making M, again keeping that negative space in mind. Let's see. Yes, again the similarity. Yeah, that M's looking very fine. Just to end it, okay, a small kick over here, and again closing it with the same elements. It's a bit difficult to do with the ball pen, but you know, practice will get you there. Putting some nice 3D at the downer side and the lower side. Again, putting some second outlines over here just to make things better. Very casual, very easy. Yeah, moving further now again. Very simple. Okay, looks fine. Yeah. Putting some background, basic. What can I do with the ball pen? I'm doing my best with the ball pen. Again, this is the background ending. Okay, now this looks good. Moving further for another piece now. These in this piece we are using letters artists, ARTIS. So here we start with an A. First lines, but similar to the A in the stream letters in the stream piece. Just a basic change. You will make different type of letters, like you'll put some difference into the letters automatically as you're doing it with the ball pen, and you're just going with the flow. Nothing over here is pre-planned. It's just going and changing everything at the movement. Just moving further, closing the corners with the similarity. You can see that into the piece. A looks good. Now it's turn for the R now. Again, R is a bit similar as well. You can see that into the upper R of mine. That's what it is. Just moving up, moving further with the flow. This time I've just put a single hole into the R. Now I do not need to complete any. There's no negative space below the R, so there's no reason to put that kick, which I've put in the past piece. It's turn for T now. T also looks a bit similar over here. Just keeping up the flow. That's all I'm trying to do over here. Just not to make mistakes. That's all I'm trying to do over here. Looks pretty fine. It's a bit, it's a bit on the difficult side as we are doing it with the pencil. There's room for errors now. As we're doing it with the ball pen, there's no room for errors. So we just need to keep going. That's all. ART looks good as well. I think this is gonna come out very, very fresh. Now it's turn for I. Yeah. Look at that eye. He's like, it's a curling eye. It's going inside of the T, coming out again. Ending it up with the similarity of the ending. Again, you can see that. Very nice eye. It's bend towards the S. So first lines for my S. Again, similar letters as the last piece, just a different word. That's all. But see, as it is making some negative space in the center for my S, so I need to put that kick upwards in this one. Again the same closing. Look, just covering up the negative space, putting those elements now. Looks fine. Alright, this looks dope, I guess. Yeah, just covering up with the same 3D. Not putting a drop shadow here. Just trying to put some 3D keep things very simple. Again, the second outline and 3D sampling scheme doing it. Looks fresh, I think. Tell me, let me know what do you think in the comments. Just covering up that 3D. This is a footage actually from the live stream, so I was explaining it to the viewers on the stream, and yeah, it looks pretty fine, I think. Again, putting some second outline, finishing things up. I just messed up over here, but you know, it's all about making the mistakes correct. I just forgot to put the 3D over the downside of the S. Yeah. Again, forgot this one as well. Okay. Looks pretty decent. This page looks dope now. Putting some more background. Yeah, it looks fine. Now it's my tag. Messed up a little bit. These are my crew: Easy, SFC, and RDB. Represent your crew always. Yeah. So now we are writing winter over here. So it's starting off my W. Looks pretty decent. It's the same style I'm doing over and over again. This W looks like a b-boy. Just changing the hand structures, putting some freeze on. And it's a decent W. I again. Yes. I as well. I looks like it's some character doing popping. Yeah, looks nice. Putting that eye dots. I think these three elements give some flow to your letters. It's time for N now. It's difficult for me to make an N. It's a bit hard for me to make an N. Everyone have their hard letters to make, right? It's N for me. Again, closing up the corners with the same elements. I really like how it is coming out. Now it is time for make a T. This is the third piece I'm making with the T. This time it's a different T. A little bit different actually. Not really making, not really showing a big difference, but it's quite simple and a bit different. So it's looking good. Yeah. Nice. Now it's time to make an E. Oh, it's a bit difficult to make it go inside because there's no space to put the elements behind the letters. In my pieces I do a lot of overlapping, and that's what I like. You'll see very less inside lines into my pieces. That's how my style is. That's how I developed it. E looks good as well. Now it's time for an R. Yes. So first, put in the handlebar of the R where all my kicks and the circle of the R is gonna rest. Again, what I'll do now? Actually, I make a K same way as the R, but it's an R again. Now this time I did not go down. This time I just went up for an R. I'm just following my instinct. I just follow what I feel at the same time while I'm sketching. Yeah. So covering it up with the same ending elements. Yes. Putting some lines between the piece of the R because that kick was bit on a thicker side. So put the elements. It will look good. Yeah, that's the job of the element, to make your piece look more better. Putting some 3D now. Looks dope. Let me know what do you think in the comments. Thank you for watching.